to dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, and to run where the brave dare not go, and to right the unrightable wrong, and to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star. Ooh, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause. And I know if I only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will have peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest, and the world will be better for this. Oh, and that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable, the unreachable, the unreachable star. Yeah, and I'll always dream the impossible dream. Yes, and I'll reach the unreachable star.
is always present, nowhere to to be than where you are. The power of now flows oh so gracefully. The power of now is always perfect, nothing to be than who you are. The power of now flows oh so easily. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now is ever flowing, connecting the soul to the one. The power of now unfolds so peacefully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now.
Happy Sunday, and welcome to Unity San Francisco.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday.
We're so glad that you've joined us here today, either live in the room, welcome, or at home. We know that wherever you are, God is. And we are delighted to join you in this consciousness and in this time of celebration.
This is Reverend Ken Daigle, for those of you who don't know.
And this is Reverend Deanne Weir-Morency. We are the ministers here at Unity San Francisco, and if you're here for the first time, welcome to sit back and relax. You want to tell them what Unity is?
You know,
Do we know?
do we know? You know, I have to say, with everything that's going on in the world right now, I was saying to somebody, I don't know how people who aren't in this teaching are navigating this world. Our teachings are grounded and rooted in the awareness of the divinity, of the good that is seeking to express everywhere, even if you can't see it. And that piece right there, even if you can't see it, however it doesn't look for you like you would desire it to look, what we know and believe in Unity is that that space, that place that is the divine, is showing up in ways that are in service to the greatest and highest good. And so we anchor that. We anchor that by seeing the divine in each other and by seeing the love that is always available. And it's present right here.
One of the easiest ways to describe what Unity is that we are a positive path. And it was our catchphrase for a long time. We're a positive path of spiritual living. And we teach positive thinking. But I was having a conversation with someone on the phone recently. It's like, positive thinking does not stop things from happening in your life. Positive thinking is for when the things happen in your life.
You know,
There's
it's
a way
interesting.
to navigate that.
Because in class this weekend, I was saying to people, you know, it's not about positivity as much as it's about giving and cultivating skills for you to be able to hold the high watch, the grace, the love for whatever is arising in time and space. So we're not pretending that things may not be challenging or that things may not be hard or discouraging.
There's no pretending.
There's no pretending.
It's knowing.
Yeah, and we cultivate spiritual practices that enable us to stand in that knowing.
One of them is our opening chant
Yes.
and our opening song. And I'll let Deanne set it up, but it is something that we have anchored for the last 2 years now, steadily, that this is what we remind ourselves as we start Sunday.
We're a big proponent in how words have power, and words set to music have even more power. Mm-hmm. They resonate through us in a way that allows us to really, they get in our bones. Mm-hmm. So this beautiful, beautiful chant, which is I Am Light by India Ari, which will be sung by our very own Misa Malone, is a gorgeous opportunity to sit back, to relax, to allow yourself to let these beautiful words wash over you. Here is Misa Malone with Carl Pantel, I Am Light.
Mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star shining peace over it all.
So we breathe into this space, this place that is light, that is love, that one power, that one presence that is revealing itself through and as all that there is my life, your life, divinity defined. I am light. You are light. At the very core of our core, at the very center of our beingness. How good it is to quiet and to allow that which is our true nature to reveal itself so gently, so lovingly. This is the truth of who we are, of what we are, the light of the world. I am light. You are light. We are light. How good that is, truly. How grateful I am for this truth. And so it is. Amen. Ashe.
So, our prayer chaplains have been holding space for us, both here in the room and at home, holding the space for wherever we are. They're holding the high watch. And if there is something that you want held in prayer, someone to pray with, or someone to be praying about a situation in your life, our Unity San Francisco prayer chaplains are here for you. You can go to our website and click the unitysf.com and click the prayer request button. It's /prayer hyphen request. So many words. It's on the screen. I'll have Thomas put it back up on the screen
And
for
it's
you
on
for
our
a second.
website as a link, so you can
Yes.
just click
it. But they will respond to your request in whichever way suits you best, by calling you back, by writing you or texting you a prayer, or just holding it in consciousness.
And we do have a lot of ways to help you stay grounded here at Unity San Francisco in the midst of this incredibly
Time of chaos.
interesting year.
Yeah.
So Reverend Ken has a morning meditation that he's doing every morning. You can catch him on Facebook. It's
a
also
morning
on
prayer.
YouTube. It's a morning prayer.
You said meditation.
Oh, did I? Okay. And I didn't even hear myself.
It's all right.
It's a morning prayer, which you can catch in real time when it gets loaded live onto Facebook, or it's there for you whenever you would like throughout the day. And in addition to that, we also do offer meditations.
Yes.
So our very own Reverend Elizabeth does this beautiful sound meditations Wednesday through Sunday, and that's from 9:45 to 10:15 a.m. You'll find the link on our website. And then I lead Peace in the Midst, which is 15 minutes Monday through Friday, right at noon. And you can join me live on Facebook. We've been having a lot more people joining us live, which I love. And then you can also join through Zoom if you want to join through Zoom. And that's Monday through Friday, and it's a really beautiful, beautiful time to just get centered. I know that practice of Peace in the Midst every day has been grounding for me, so join me.
So delighted that you're here. Now it's time for our spiritual connection cards. If you're here in the room or if you're at home, you can open a browser. So if you're watching at your live stream at home, you can click the button underneath our video on our website. Or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can click the link in the chat section, and it'll take you to our spiritual connection cards. It's a way for us to know, to communicate with you, another venue for communication while you're here in the room. You can leave us a prayer request at home. You can tell us what's going on with you. It's just a way for us to be able to check in since we're all so separated.
And we love hearing from people.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, it used to be when we were mainly here in the sanctuary, we would always have a chance to have even a minute conversation.
A moment of saying, hey, how are
with
you?
people, and seeing their face and seeing their body language. And that's what's missing a little bit. Deanne and I get to see each other and our body language a lot more now, but that's what's missing for me in a lot of the communication, virtual communication. So
Yeah.
checking in with people. So it's another way for us just to do it. Long story short.
So if you are a first-time guest, welcome. We're just so glad to have you with us. And we have a gift for you. So if you could let us know that on the Spiritual Connection card, we can either mail it to you, or we can send it to you via email, or we can send you both. Please do let us know how you found out about us, and we're just glad to have you with us.
And I just wanted to take this moment to, I didn't tell Deanne about this, so surprise, just to let everybody know who's watching
It's not
us.
as if that's never happened before.
What? Of watching us for the first time. Deanne and I get tested weekly. I actually got tested twice this week, and we're negative both times. We're off. We don't have our mask on while we're doing the live stream. Everyone else who's in the sanctuary with us right now is completely masked. Yay! And they are also, several of them in our music team get tested as well. As you noticed, you might have noticed too, the music is recorded and we play it back over live stream. They record on Thursday nights. They have their own safety precautions to keep themselves safe and secure, and so that we can have this experience here with them, but they're on a tape delay. And I just wanted you to understand that as Deanne and I stand just at 6 feet away from each other.
Yes.
We are in each other's bubble
We
at
are.
this point.
We are in each other's bubble, and we are doing weekly testing. So.
Yeah. So just wanted to affirm that and to let Deanne lead us into an affirmation.
So affirmations, as I said at the beginning with I am light, those are affirmations that we're saying. I am light. I am divinity defined. They are a hallmark of Unity's teachings. And so we are going to start off service with an affirmation. I'll say it first, and I'll invite you to then know it with me. I am a unique expression of the divine. I am beautiful. Can we know that together, please?
I am a unique expression of the divine. I am beautiful.
And so it is.
Yeah. And now it's time for our community singing. Today we're launching something new. We're going to have an interactive community sing. So
And it's a test pilot.
it's a test pilot. We've asked a group of people to jump onto the spiritual salon on the website. Jump onto Spiritual Salon right now if you want to join us today for the first time. And we are going to have an interactive meet and greet in the middle of the community song.
Technology is an amazing thing.
Yes, we've been rehearsing. We rehearsed all week. And in the meantime, too, stand and sing along with the community song, which is Down in My Soul, led by Misa and Carl. So Cleo's getting the meet and
Spiritual
greet set
Salon
up.
all
There's
set up.
Spiritual on, and I see people in it. We're ready to go.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day.
I got a new day
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I got a new
I
day.
got a new day
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I got a new day.
I got a new day
Down
my soul,
down in my soul.
and the whole wide world is my home. I found my purpose,
I found my purpose,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I found my purpose,
I found my purpose,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I found my purpose,
I found my purpose,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I found strength,
I found the strength,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I found the strength,
I found the strength,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I found the strength,
I found the strength,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. Bring it on down. I love silence,
I love the silence,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence,
I love the silence,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence,
I love the
silence,
silence,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. Yeah, I feel the power
I feel the power,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power
I feel the power,
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. Yes, and the whole wide world is my home. Yeah. Oh, yes. I'll take y'all to church on Sunday.
Thank you, Misa. I did. Between that organ music on the synthesizer and all those voices that Misa channeled in that song, I was taken to church. And it was so much fun to see your faces. So we are developing this interactive meet and greet. We are trying to expand it. I was so grateful to see so many of you jump on. We will send out further instructions this coming week so that more of you can join us in that way, and we'll keep expanding the interactive component all the way through service. So thank you for that. I hope you enjoyed seeing those faces live. And now I'm going to transition to the talk. And the talk this week is set up by a song that I asked Misa to sing. It's about showing our true selves, having the courage and the strength to step forward and to say, literally, the words, "This is me." And while it takes courage to do that sometimes, and Deanne pointed out to me earlier that today is actually National Coming Out Day. And I wrote an article that's in Unity Magazine, the current version of Unity Magazine, which is in the chairs in front, in the back, in the pocket of all the chairs of people here in the room. And it's an article about, I came to Unity for healing, and I stayed because I found a place I could be my whole self. Right? I could be a gay man. I could be a minister. I could be a father. I could be imperfect and be loved as perfect, as the true self that I am. And so this song really speaks to that. If you've ever felt like you weren't enough, if you weren't quite right, if you've ever been shunned, "This Is Me" by Misa Malone.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of books hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let that shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. Yes, that's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the softest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the flood, I'm gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. And I know that I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is proof, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. Yeah, I'm marching on, I'm marching, marching on. Yeah. This is me. I'm gonna send the blood. This is me.
Some Malone. Woo! Thank you, Misa. Thank you. It was great to experience that again, to understand that courage, that real intensity it takes to be seen, to be fully seen. And today's talk is called The Power of Vulnerability. And I'm going to get to that, because when we think of vulnerability, we don't think of power instinctively, right? But there's a quote from Brene Brown, and it goes, "Courage starts with showing up and letting yourself be seen." Brene Brown is a researcher who studies shame, who studies fear and separation. And she's done some amazing work. And the first time I read it, listened to her, understood it, sent me on a journey that has changed my life. And I really want to share this part with you, because I think it's a deeper, and what Deanne and I were talking about earlier, a truer understanding of the Unity teachings. It's not to pretend. It's not to fake it until you make it. It's to show up whole and authentic, and somewhere know that that is okay, and more than okay. It's what the world needs. So I want to talk to you about that. In my journey, in this journey of being a public speaker, being a minister, being a truth student, I've done many, many different things along the way. And one of them that I did is I teach public speaking, and I teach it sometimes at Stanford University in the business school. I've taught it in independent workshops all around the globe, and I have taught it in individuals in churches. How to be your authentic self and show up in a talk or in a public speaking situation. And once, I have this little device I do with the students. After they finish their talk, I give them feedback in the form of an adjective, and maybe 2 words, maybe 1. I give them an adjective, and they have to repeat it back to me and say, "Thank you, Ken. I am," and they fill in the word. Right? It's a way of them practicing an affirmation and owning their essence, owning the truth of their talk, so that little critic inside of our heads can just go away for a moment, and we can know who we truly are. So once when I was teaching public speaking and someone got up to give a talk, I said to them, "Wow, Lewis, that was wonderful. You are vulnerable." And he looked at me and he said, "No, I'm not." And he listed all the other words he'd rather be called than being called vulnerable. And what's funny about it for me now is like I was in the moment trying to figure out how to engage with this. But if I had called him any one of these words, authentic, open, curious, intuitive, compassionate, courageous, intelligent, trusting, creative, innovative, empathetic, loving, he would have gladly repeated any one of those words or a whole slew more that for me represent what is vulnerability. To understand what it is to stand in front of someone naked, unprotected, exposed, and still be your whole true self. That is such a powerful position to be in, such a powerful thing to do, and it's actually what connects us to other human beings. It's not when people pretend to be powerful. It's not when people pretend that it doesn't matter what's going on. It's when we can stand there in truth, in our vulnerability, and know at the same time we're whole. And that comes from understanding that you can't get to where you want to be without going through the fear and the awkwardness and the vulnerability. It's essential for creation. In her work, Brené Brown talks about vulnerability as being the birthplace, literally the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, and empathy. Well, we know, I bet you everyone here in the room and everyone at home has had an experience of knowing vulnerability in love. Right? To be loved means you put yourself out there. And to stay in love, even in romantic love, means more and more every day exposing yourself, opening yourself to another individual. And that takes great vulnerability and risk. And then on the other side of that is belonging, right? It takes vulnerability to really belong, to let people see you, to help you, to support you, to celebrate you. That's how we make community. And this is our year of community. It is created by telling the truth. COVID has been hard. That's not a negativity, that's a truth for many people. This has been a difficult period, and to be able to say that and own it enables us to belong to the reality that is happening in our life. Otherwise, we're denying a fact. And we have had more than enough examples of this year about how denying facts don't work. Period. They don't work. We must, and this is where unity gets into trouble, because we don't think that we can say, well, this is hard, or COVID is possible to catch, because we have been taught that our minds create the disease, and we believe that our minds can overcome it. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist in the physical world. COVID exists in the physical world. The we're experiencing exist in the physical world. In the absolute, in the spiritual world, all is whole, perfect, and complete and eternal. But guess what, folks? We're here, right now, experiencing now. And the first step to getting out of anything is to acknowledge you're in it. I am in the mix of whatever this is culturally. And I want to lift myself out of it. Joy. Vulnerability is the birthplace of joy, right? You are exposed when you're joyful, dancing like everybody is watching, is how I say it. Like you are the center of the universe at that moment because your joy is the attractive thing. When you can be that vulnerable and just let yourself radiate joy and empathy. Empathy means that you have to be able to feel what the other person is experiencing. So if you deny what the other person is experiencing is invalid, you deny it that, oh, don't think that way, don't feel that way, choose something else, there's no way you can actually connect with the person. Now, empathy is different than sympathy. Sympathy is getting down into the ditch with them. Empathy is feeling that their experience is painful for them and staying in your understanding of what's possible, right? Vulnerability, that takes extreme vulnerability. You are walking a tightrope. But vulnerability is also the birthplace of innovation and creativity. Think about your work life, right? All of us right now. Think about your work life right now. How many of you have had to innovate something during COVID, right? Right? How many times have you had to recreate what you innovated during COVID, right? How many times have we had to recreate this service and how we do this service and what spiritual community is? Without being able to take a risk and to fail, without being able to worrying about being shot down or thought stupid or less than, you wouldn't come up or present the creative ideas. Without vulnerability, there can be no innovation or creativity. Understand that it's necessary to create a climate where vulnerability is honored and respected, not thought of as something to be avoided and shirked. To create a space in ourselves where we build the muscle of being open, exposed, and fully seen. That's the kind of stuff that changes the world. And there was a woman who sat here in this community, in these chairs, well, not these chairs, we've replaced them since, but she sat in chairs here in this community who talked about this in a different way, but talked about it. Dr. Maya Angelou was a member of Unity San Francisco, and she learned about New Thought and about New Thought spirituality from here, from this community. And her quote is, "People will forget the things you do, and people will forget the things you say, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And when you can be your authentic self, when you can be whole and complete, vulnerable, naked, exposed, and stand up and say, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I believe. This is where I am emotionally. This is where I am spiritually. This is where I am physically. This is me. And not have to apologize for it. Not have to make excuses or deflect. That is the strongest and the most powerful spiritual statement you can make. I am created in the image and likeness. We said an affirmation earlier. I am a magnificent expression of the divine. There's a myth that no two snowflakes are alike. Science has proven that's actually not true. There is a number of variations that snowflakes can take, but snowflakes do reproduce. They do have mirror images over and over and over again, actually. But that's not true of you and I. There has never been another Misa Malone. There's never been another Frank or Noel. There's never been another Ryan and Thomas. You are a unique, irreplaceable expression of God. Unique and irreplaceable in this life. And you're showing up exactly as and who you are is a gift to the world, is a gift to others. And when you do, people will never forget it. It is actually the ultimate attractiveness. Think about what's going on in the world right now. The people who posture and pretend, we can tell in an instant. But the people who are authentic and talk about what's going on for them, we want to hear more from. We want to know and we want to experience differently. And I want to close with that. What the world needs, in my opinion, right now, even in my uncertainty as I wrote this, going, oh, can I be that brave? Yes. What the world needs now, more than anything, is people who are committed to being authentic, vulnerable, and humble. They will inherit the kingdom of heaven. They will. They do. They are. Let's take that to our time of meditation. I invite you to get comfortable in your chair, to allow the chair and this building or the floor you're seated on to hold you completely, and to allow my words to become your words, to let these chords and this music pass through your being and shift the very vibration of the cells and atoms of your body, and to let these words sung by Misa Malone pierce your soul.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith.
Technical glitch in our service right now. It wasn't your computer. But once again, just center yourselves. You don't have to come out of your meditation space, and to allow Misa's words to infill you. And allow this music to take you on a journey.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way, and every step I take is taken in pure faith. For now I am grateful every moment, every day.
I am grateful every moment of every day. Can we be grateful right now in the midst of COVID? Can you find that spot in your heart and your very being that feels grateful? And if it's a struggle, that's okay. Embrace the struggle. Surrender to what is. No pretense, no posture of perfection, but the reality of wholeness. Listen as I say this phrase once again. You are a unique, magnificent expression of God. Your loving, your presence, your very being is a miracle and a gift to everyone. How does that land in you? How do you respond? Notice where you are. For the statement is true. You are unique. You are magnificent. And you are an expression of life itself. Let's take that understanding into our time in the silence. For you are never separate from God. Never. Always right within you is the very energy, the life, the substance that we call the divine, the God. And so no matter what is happening on the outside, you are whole, you are beautiful, you are wholeness itself. Lifting our hearts and minds to that understanding, lifting our life so that we can be brave, courageous in the face of lack. We open and surrender to that which is beyond our comprehension. And we release fear by walking through it. Step by step.
Taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. I am kinder every moment, every day. I am grateful every moment, every day.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Ken. That was a wonderful, wonderful reminder. Yes. So here at Unity San Francisco, we really do believe in what we call our fifth principle, which is how we live into these teachings. How do we actually activate them in our life? And so we have some spiritual practices that are suggestions for how you can activate what Ken was speaking to this week in your life. So the first suggestion would be know your true self, your divine self. So can you do that? Can you allow yourself to actually anchor the truth of who and what you actually are, which is larger than you can possibly imagine? And the next one is to let go of pretending and posturing. So if you actually are aware of your most authentic self, then you can let go of some of the masks that you think you have to wear. All the ways that you try to keep yourself safe, they're actually not necessary. And they actually can inhibit your ability to show up as our third spiritual practice, which is to live life open and authentic. So we want to just keep opening ourselves up. And then the final one is just be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. So if you are watching on our live stream, underneath the live stream, there's a button you can click so that you can actually fill out a form that will if you fill it out, selecting any of the spiritual practices that speak to you or writing in your own, you will get emailed a copy of it so that you can have it as a reference throughout the week. And if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, in the chat, there's a link that's being thrown up there right now so that you can participate as well.
And now it is time for giving and receiving. So I invite you to join us in this spiritual practice of giving and receiving. And if you're here in the room and want to make a donation, we have a basket set up by the door there so that it's safe. No one has to touch anything else. And they have envelopes in the chair pocket that you're seated in. If you're at home, one of the easiest ways to give is by text. And you can text Unity SF to 44321. If you follow the instructions that come on that link, it will set it up for you so that you can make a one-time gift or a reoccurring gift, or set it up that next time when you come back. It's easier to do. You only have to set it up once. If you're on our website, you can click the offering donation button right now, and it'll take you to a page without leaving the live stream that will allow you to make a PayPal contribution to us. Or you can send us a check to 240 Page Street, San Francisco, California, 94102. We are working here in the building, and we receive checks weekly, so we thank you in advance for your support of this spiritual community. And now to talk about why she gives and her family gives to Unity San Francisco, I'm going to turn it back over to Reverend Deanne.
Thank you, Ken. So it's really been an amazing year. It's a year about putting into practice these things that we teach. At least that's what it's been for me. It's meant deepening my practice. So when we announced our capital campaign at the very end of last year, Chris and I sat down. For those of you who don't know, she's my wife. She and I sat down and we looked at our finances, and we made a pledge and a commitment towards one of the windows, number 5. We made a pledge and a commitment to number 5. And as we came close to the end of this year, she and I sat down again, and we decided that it was time to really activate these principles. So we have decided that we're doubling our initial pledge. So we are doubling that amount because we believe and know that when we stand in our abundance, and we do so from an awareness that we are infinitely resourced and renewed, that abundance continues to show up as our life. And that is that process, that willingness to be vulnerable and to step out onto that leading edge of like, okay, we're going to double down here, is incredibly empowering. And we're not being irresponsible. I want to make sure everybody knows we're not being irresponsible in our finances. We really just stepped into saying we know that we have this and that we can do this. And we learned that through this teaching, that giving is receiving. We love this community. We love and appreciate the teachings, particularly when life is as challenging as this year has been. And so it is our joy to be able to give back to this community because we get so much from this community. So I'm sharing this with you now. The capital campaign has been doing phenomenally. So there's only $5,000 left that it was our goal for the windows at this point. So if you've been sitting there thinking, should I, shouldn't I, do I want to contribute in the legacy that is this building, please do reach out and let us know. It's for the downstairs window that will be part of the community hall. So in our regular tithing, when we tithe here, when we give here, when we make an offering here, it is that awareness of the reciprocity, that as I give, so shall I receive, and vice versa. So I'm going to invite you to just, in your heart, in your mind, to bring your offering into your consciousness, whatever that might be. Because there is no big or small in the mind of God. There is just the giving. There is just the open-hearted giving. That's the activity that you're being invited to stand in. And we have an offering affirmation. I will say it once, and then I will invite you to repeat it after me. I live in the realm of infinite possibilities. I give and receive with joy and faith. Can we please know this together? I live in the realm of infinite possibilities. I give and receive with joy and faith. And so it is.
So
Amen.
it is. Thank you, Deanne. And now it's time for our community singing once again. This time it's Daniel Namad's Grateful. And
time to boogie down. Stand up at home. Boogie down.
Yeah, and also a rap.
You are the blessings.
By me,
every time I try to count. You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart aligned in purpose. Everything will feel gorgeous.
All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out. Everything near and far.
All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all.
Explaining
Na,
it took
na,
longer.
na, na, na,
Thank you, and thank you. It's time for our blessing of the children. And I see those faces, and they've all grown up since those pictures have taken so much that we have to update the pictures. And Deanne and I were just talking about it. It would be great to be able to have the kids in the new interactive format and have the kids even blessing all the kids that way as well. So we have an affirmation for blessing our children, and it goes, "You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We love you exactly the way you are." Can we know that together?
You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We love you exactly the way you are. So it is.
Yeah, so it is.
So if you are enjoying listening to our two services, you can now take us with you. So we are on podcasts. You can go to Spotify, you can go to iTunes, you can search Unity San Francisco, and you'll be able to download podcasts, and you can take us on the go.
Right. So if you want to listen to Deanna or I, just the talks are what we're putting up on the podcast, and so you can just listen to it rather than having to sit in front of your computer anywhere.
No,
to
we're all
watch it.
getting a little computer brain, so
Yeah,
this way you don't
can take
have
a
to.
walk and listen and have our voice in your ear.
That's right. And Sundays, we are at 11 a.m. live. We do have a sign-up sheet, so it gets sent out. So please know you do need to sign up before you can come. You can't just show up because we have limited seating here. But please do, if you'd like to join us in person, please know that you can. And of course, you can always join us on the live stream.
And today is the last day to join Flight, the Absolute Abundance course, the advanced course that I'm running right now. And we have a lot of people in the course, and we can fit a couple more. So if you want to come join us for Flight, you also must register so I can send you the link to the class. So if you want to join today, it's the last Sunday to join. Please register so we can send you the link and come try the class and just have fun. We're talking a lot about this stuff, about what it is to be real, to really have an abundant life. Yeah. You have to show up. You have to show up whole. So anyway, join us.
So upcoming, join me for the spiritual salon right after service. Well, give me like 5 minutes to get down there.
Get down to your office.
But right after service, in the spiritual salon where we were all waving and saying hello. And then don't forget that, of course, we have our daily prayers, and we have Reverend Elizabeth's sound meditation and My Peace in the Midst. You can join us throughout the week.
Right. And now we do our closing song, True Colors, and invite you to stand once again and to sing along with Misa and Carl to belt it out. Thank you to everybody who made the service possible. It takes a whole village to do this.
Now, before we go into True Colors, though, we got one final closing affirmation. So I'll say it first. I invite you to know it with me. Stand up at home so that you can actually sort of own this. I expand in authenticity, love, and compassion every day. Can we please know this together?
I expand in authenticity, love, and compassion every day.
And so it is.
So it is.
Here comes Misa and Carl, True Colors. Happy Sunday, everybody.
You with the sad eyes. Don't be discouraged, though I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you makes you feel so small. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Show me a smile then, don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you call me up, because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show our true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday,
Happy
everybody.
Sunday, and happy coming out day.
Happy coming out day. Out and proud here at Unity San Francisco.